Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today, and I want to talk to you about promises. Have you ever made a big promise to yourself? And I mean a big, big promise to yourself. For me, promise is a big motivation. It's an agreement with myself, because at the end of the day, who is a better judge than myself? There are three promises I've made, three big promises I've made that I was able to keep thanks to my Flex year, thanks to my Flex experience. And I want to tell about these three promises. Promise number one, when I was 11, I asked my mom a question. And I know like all of us were asking questions like what my life would be like when I grow up. So my mom shared her experience. And according to her, my life would be kind of planned, pre-programmed, I would say. So after graduation from university, I would be placed by the Soviet plan system to a job of its choice, not mine. Then the Soviet system would allocate me an apartment for me and my family, again, of its choice, not mine. And even the vacations I would be taking to a resort of the choice of my employer. And none of that was working for me. I wasn't ready, and I said, no. I want to be the master of my own life, and I gave myself a promise that I'd be making my own choices without considering what the society wants me to do, what my family wants to do, friends, or whoever. And I didn't know it was coming so soon. A few years later, when I was 16, I was one of those happy Flex students. The year in the States was full of choices. Full of choices for a girl who was deprived of making choices on even little things. So it would start with choosing classes, choosing sports club, sports activities. Even things like what to wear to school every morning was like a big headache. And, you know, what to eat for lunch at the cafeteria, like there's a whole variety of things. But the most difficult one was to choose my own shampoo. You go to the store, it's like, God. In our days, we only had one type of shampoo, and it was for everyone. And so when I come to the States, the dogs, come on, the dogs have at least 10 options for shampoo and hair conditioners. So this year was full of learning on making choices. Choices everywhere. And I'm thankful for Flex because I was able to keep my promise number one. Because ever since then, I've been true to my promise. Every day I'm making my own choices and I'm inspiring my children, 4 children, to do the same. Promise number 2. When I was 16, I realized that 2 of my parents had only college degrees. They were the oldest children in their family. So they were investing heavily into their siblings' education. So they didn't have one. I made myself a promise that I would graduate from a university. And thanks to Flex, a whole world opened to me. I was accepted by AUCA. Then I spent half a year at Colorado, at Brown University, an Ivy League school. Then I eventually graduated from Colorado University at Boulder. So I stayed true to my promise. I graduated. I was the first one to actually have a higher education in my family. Promise number 3. So when I was 17, I just returned from Flex, and I was accepted, as I mentioned, by AUCA, but I didn't have the money to pay the tuition, and my family is big. So I worked all summer. I raised half. The second half, I asked from my teacher, Eric Eversman. Here's in 1995. He gladly gave me the missing amount. So 4 months after I came to return the amount back to him, but he didn't accept this. He said, you have 3 more years to go of college, so you better save up for the following year. And I remember it was December, it was cold, I was walking down Kievskaya Street, my tears were freezing on my face, and that moment I made myself a big promise. I said, I promise, one day will come, I will invest into someone's education just like someone just invested into mine. So in 2015, I was celebrating 20th anniversary from Flex graduation and from my graduation from high school. I set up the scholarship. It's called Everest Senior Scholarship. This is a scholarship given out annually for my school in Karakol. And the second scholarship I set up for my high school in the United States. This is my mom, this is my dad, this is a recipient of this year's scholarship. So looking back, I think that promises were things that were like kicking me, moving me forward, making me every day, making me want me to be a better person every day. So when I came today, I asked each one of you, have you made a big promise to yourself? And as you leave today, I want you to think about this question. And if you haven't made one, make one and stay true to it. Thank you.